Fortune and Strife features subjects which can be uncomfortable for a general audience, such as the use of drugs and alcohol, poor treatment of people of different classes or cultures, adult situations, psychological trauma, deprivation, survival, natural disasters, and violence. Listener discretion advised. In addition, these next few episodes of the show contain cultural and historical content based upon the peoples of Asia and the Far East. We are coming at this from a place of respect and genuine interest and a love of these cultures, places, and history. We may not get it 100% right all the time, and we ask you to bear with us and give us the benefit of the doubt, and we would let us know when we get it wrong. We want to be an ally in dispelling Orientalism that has affected the Asian and Middle Eastern communities around the world. Welcome to Fortune and Strife. I am Robert, or Bayoshi Shinichi, and I'll be your host and narrator.
I am Jeannie, and I am playing Doji Gen.
I am Tyler, and I am playing Akoto Richi. Let's play some L5R in the Burning Sands.
Let's talk about getting you back home with us. We can arrange to leave either a couple of people behind, or to, if we had the funds to purchase an additional couple of animals. How many of you are well enough or trained enough to ride?
I have learned how to ride.
I can ride.
The unicorns seem to take that with a bit of respect as they look over at you, and even more so with respect to the crane. Hayate is like, looking at kind of at the ground, like he's never learned to ride properly. What about Suena? What do you think? She's probably ridden alongside Heart of Oak with you, but do you think she rides along on her own with any skill, or is she more at home walking alongside Heart of Oak?
What skill is that normally using?
Survival.
Survival. She's good at it. She's got skill in it,
Okay.
which is.
She's got skill in it at least. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Yeah, let's go with that then. So yeah, Sueno is also trained to ride. So they're like, all right, then yeah, we can go ahead and we can make room at least on one of the carts for Hayate back there, and the rest of the three of you, sounds like we just need to procure an extra couple of camels or horses, and that is a bit easier to do than having to procure an entire additional cart and oxen team.
It may be something that we need to move sooner rather than later.
Sooner rather than later. I don't know what you mean. We're not leaving town until winter's over. There's no point to traveling when the weather is going to be as miserable as it's going to get.
In our time in the palace, we have come upon evidence that the Emir, and we have his notes, is planning an invasion of Rokugan, or specifically an invasion of Unicorn Lands, to start off with, using the excuse that the Unicorn practice a kind of magic they call Mishodo to. They say it's entrap the spirits and compare it to slavery, but they are keeping it all secret. The thing is, they consider us captured, and I believe they want us to confess to this practice of the unicorn, and will get that confession by any means necessary. And she can...
What can the Emir do, though? I mean, it's not like he has forces under his own command besides his own personal guard. He would have to change it. He would have to, yeah.
Do you have a map?
Of course, he has several. Between him and the Moto, they produce a couple of different maps between of kind of the environs of Alzuira, a limited kind of set of like intervening maps between Rokugan, kind of marking the sand road, and then to the northwest portion of Rokugan of the Unicorn territories.
All right. And Gen is going to assume that this is more incorrect than not because they're showing it outside the clan. But she says there are supplies in valleys along the Sand Road, and she kind of points to that. He has been exchanging officers in the Sultan's armies to those who are loyal to him. And he plans, once he proves this unicorn blasphemy by the terms of the prophet regarding enslaving jinn, then he hopes to take over as defender of the faith. And who knows where he will go from there. But everything's in place. He has spies within the unicorn that is sending him information. I don't have all of their information, just initials.
I would be incredulous that they have spies within the Empire if we weren't also sent here as spies within their empire. But it's amazing a man of his position, he's just a herald.
I don't think that necessarily means the same thing here as it might in Rokugan. There are many powerful Mia, are there not?
They are an imperial family. There's that. Even those who seem to be the least ambitious among them still have the power to move a great deal of assets.
The Emir will return. I do not know how long it will take for him to decide that it is time to get his testimony. And she makes a gesture. It's an unbecoming topic that one does not talk about ever. But but she because this is Burkuman matters. But she kind of like signals with her fan as if she's speaking in a distasteful way, and I can try and do this with a cadence. I know they don't have it, but basically she's saying they're
you could try to get it with 2 opportunities.
Yeah. But basically she's saying they're going to capture us and torture us to get what they want.
Okay.
Because that's what she's seeing.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I'll do a persuasion roll on just trying to speed him up, maybe a courtesy roll. So it'd be courtesy air.
Yeah, courtesy air. He is of higher status than you, so I'll give you the kind of the persuade action to TN reduction.
Okay.
For that.
Let's see if I can do that. We'll just try that flat out. I'm courteous.
Got it. Yep, and you're using what?
Air courtesy.
And I will give you a void point to do it blind.
Okay.
If you're already full, you can just add an extra black die to this.
I can't talk about this directly because it's too rude. So I'll keep 2 successes and 2 opportunities and 3 strife because this is a terribly troublesome topic.
Right, you're talking about things that you're not supposed to, and you're hinting at things that you'd rather not. I like it.
And it's disturbing to think about yourself being tortured and the fact that you probably would cave given enough time. You don't want to think about it, but everybody does eventually.
And they're like, well, I don't necessarily think that we can be ready any sooner. I mean, it's not like we have the animals aren't fully fattened up and ready to go. We haven't finalized our trade deals. Things are still in the works. We're still waiting on deliveries to be made.
Very well.
We're talking about leaving a substantial sum on the table just on the. I mean, it kind of trails off like he wants to say on the hearsay that that this is true and that somehow the Emir is planning an invasion. I mean, they have your notes, but they'd like to see more. And I think that's what he'll say. Yeah, is that if you can bring us those journals of his, and we can read it with our own eyes, not just your own writing. You'll have to forgive us that we have unfortunately just met you, and to tell what someone in the caliphate might be thinking or feeling within the confines of, and one of them says, yes, not everything one writes in a pillow book is factual.
Are you questioning my sincerity?
Yeah. Ooh, nicely done. Who would be the one to say that?
Because they're going a little far there for a paragon.
Yeah, it would be Shinjo Al Asasia. The one who was Nazia Salik, the seamstress.
I asked that flat. Are you questioning my sincerity?
I'm questioning what you think you know. You've been here for all of a few weeks, maybe a scant months. We've been spending some of us years trying to learn the ways of the caliphate. I think your desire to return home might be overriding what you think you've read or saw. We will get you home, but I don't think it is you who shall be dictating the terms of that.
Oh. I don't necessarily want to fight, but boy, she's... Oh!
And we do appreciate what you are doing for us. However, we have spent time in the Emir's palace, and we've come to know him to be a ruthless politician. That alone should be cause for concern for any sort of rumor that involves Rokugan and himself.
Go ahead and make me a persuade action again. Courtesy would get you a -1.
No. I want to enforce this. We're commanding. I would say, or the other way around. That can be cause for an assist on you.
Okay.
Whichever way you want to play it out, I'm good with.
All right. Well, I was thinking about doing a regal bearing, but that's...
Go for it.
I don't really want to piss them off, but on the other hand, they're being rather rude. All right, I'm going to do a regal bearing. All I'm looking for really is an apology, okay? But let's see. I will do... This is a water performance. This is just because I have it. All right. I do a water performance check. It is the TN of this check is equal to highest vigilance among my targets.
Would you like to know that, or would you like a void point?
I'm flip on void. I guess I'd like to know that.
The highest vigilance amongst the group is 4. Which ring are you using?
Water.
Water, got it. Yes, the highest vigilance then is 4.
So I'm targeting them here. It's a scheme action, performance walker targeting the unicorn, and TN is highest vigilance. If I succeed, each target treats your status as being 10 higher or lower, which I'm going for higher, plus or minus an additional 10 per bonus success. I didn't get bonus successes, but I'm still pretty good. I'll use the water up to know the status of the leader of the caravan.
Got it.
And another order up to negate some strife.
So what does that make your perceived status at the moment?
That makes my perceived status as 40.
As 40. Okay.
Which isn't enormous.
Well,
I'm still a spy, but it's like...
No, it's enough because the caravan master is at 39.
Okay.
Which puts him at a rank of 3. You're at a rank of 4.
Hopefully, at least I get an apology for being rude to me.
No, exactly. He kind of like snaps a fan and motions towards Asasia. Apologize. Let's not make this any more difficult than it has to be. And she bows to you and says, "My sincerest apologies. I deal with misinformation and plants wherever I see them. It's hard for me to always trust information that comes as freely as this does."
I understand, and I can forgive you for this, but you should not question the sincerity of a crane. I do not know if we will be able to remove the documents again swiftly, but if you are skilled and have agents within the palace, as you say, and I look over at the one who's in the palace, I can tell you the location of the documents yourself, too. And then you need not trust me.
Very well. Where are they hidden?
I give the Emir's hiding place where his notes are normally kept, though you must move swiftly before he returns in case he moves them.
All right, then. We will retrieve those tonight. And you hear a bit of a banging commotion outside after you guys kind of agree to that. And you hear people banging on people's doors, telling people to open up. This is a search. We are looking for um, escaped unicorn sympathizers. And you kind of hear just this big commotion out front. And again, you recognize it as the gruff voice of the palace guard who pretty much keeps a watch over the gate that gifted you the book of the prophet's teachings.
All right.
Too good to be true.
Well, I suppose that we should step out and to face our fate. We had a wonderful tea and a fond memory of home. No?
Yeah, you see some of the unicorn, especially the two ninja there, kind of kick things into corners, try to cover things up, try to take the tea ceremony equipment and wrap it up into a rug and toss it into a barrel into another room as they kind of like scramble to get rid of anything that like brings too much Rokugani attention to it. Like I can't believe they've followed you to our door.
You can go on and we will leave the servant.
We can cover your tracks.
Well, either we get you out through the side. We could try to get you out through a side door, perhaps. Yes,
right.
out to a side alleyway.
If you wish.
And so that might be for the best. It's that, or you give yourselves up out the front, and we make our way out the side. They kind of try to get a look out through some cracks in the doors and the walls to who's out there, and it's like, well, it only looks like a few of them. The head guard and two lackeys.
You leave out the sides, and we will speak to the guards.
All right then. They get Liu and start to move him out to the side and gather up what they can here. As the four of you exit the front of the old temple, the three guards kind of all fall into rank in front of you and demand your surrender immediately. That you are now fugitives of the emir and the sultan and unicorn sympathizers, and you should come with them immediately.
Gen glances over at Ricci, like, go with us, and steps forward and says, "My, this is a dramatic response for guests who came seeking tea. It's very difficult to find tea in this city and is a matter of significant cultural meaning to people from Rokugan." And I'm trying to be charming.
Yeah, okay. So that sounds to me like a water courtesy or a water culture check.
Okay. I am willing to use water culture here because I'm talking about Rokugani culture.
Yeah, there you go. So I will give you a -1 TN for utilizing your that Ocha is a cultural underpinning of your guys's whole being. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna give you a -1 TN for that. So but I will also give you a void point to do a blind, or you can know the TN.
Let me know the TN.
Sure. It normally is 3, but -1 for this makes it a TN2.
Let's hope that I can hit a TN too. Dice be nice to me. Okay. I have 2 successes and 1 opportunity. I would like to spend that opportunity on, I'll go ahead and add a kept ring dice to an opportunity result next social check at the end of the scene.
There you go. Excellent. T, likely story. Search the building, find out whoever else is in there. But I could understand it. There are times that when I'm on campaign, being away from that which and familiar with, it has a certain draw to it all. But even still, you're all coming back to the Emir's palace with us right now.
I take out, I reach over to Sueno and ask for the book that I bought for this particular guard. And I say, well, we did not come just for tea. It is also a tradition in Rokugan to exchange gifts, and you had given me a gift of the Book of the Prophet, and I wanted to return the favor. So this was the first opportunity I had since I've been sick to try to find something that would do that. And I hold out the book that I bought for him.
From under the brow ridge of his helmet, and where it's cut around for his ears for hearing, he's started to go all red and flushed from embarrassment as you offer this present to him. Like, oh well, I mean, now I feel like a real asshole kind of situation. He's kind of scratching at the side of his face, and he steps forward and kind of goes to take the book with both hands. And as he does, this thrumming twang is heard, and he kind of grunts and twists and kind of falls to the ground with an arrow sticking out of his back. And but it's not just of a fall of an injured man. He lays there like groaning in a sickening kind of way as his leg spasms, and he starts to foam at the mouth, and his like half of his face is drooped down past the other, and he's just shaking there. And you see the 2 guards that were with him look around, and they take up their shields and they set up a defensive posture around him, and one of them looks at the other and says, "It's an Ujik arrow. It's the Moto." I'm Robert, or Bayoshi Shinichi, your host and narrator, thanking you once again for listening. Remember to catch new episodes every Monday. If you want to catch them early or are looking for more bonus content, please consider becoming a supporting member of the Patreon at patreon.com/courtgames.
I am Tyler, and I've been playing Akoto Riichi. You can find me on my personal accounts on Twitter at ChurcherGames or on Twitch, also as ChurcherGames. You can find the show on the web at courtgamespod.com, on social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram under Fortune and Strife, and on Twitter at L5RFNS. If you would like to contact us, you can email the show at fortuneandstrife@gmail.com.
This is Jeannie, aka Kikita Kaori, and also known as, at least today, Doji Gen. You can find me at my blog at the Winter Garden of the Kikita website, along with helpful materials for the RPG, and also on Twitter at White Veils or on Facebook. If you like, I am also found on the Court Games RPG podcast as a writer for Emerald Legacy, or check out The Table Is Yours for fiction readings of the FFG stories.
This has been Fortune and Strife, a Court Games production in association with D20 Radio Network and the Rokugana Historical Society.
Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.